This house is big enough for an entire family to live in, yet it's only me here. I swear this house is haunted. Sometimes I hear strange noises coming from the walls or the attic, and there's always this overwhelming feeling of dread that follows me around, like something bad is going to happen, but I can't tell what. I'm 17 years old and have lived in this house my whole life. My parents are so busy with work that most days they forget I'm even alive. I honestly don't blame them. After all, I am a bit of a handful. I mean, just listen to this. My dad left my mom and I when I was just a baby, so she had to raise me all by herself. Because of this, we never had enough money to hire a babysitter, so I was basically on my own all the time. I didn't mind though. I loved playing by myself. I had a great imagination and could keep myself entertained for hours. I'd pretend that I was some sort of ninja warrior, silently stalking my prey through the house. One day though, things got really scary. I was home alone as usual, and I was playing one of my favorite games, hide and seek. The only rule was that I wasn't allowed to hide in the basement because it was just too creepy. Well, I guess I got a little too excited because I didn't realize that I had hid in the basement. I didn't want to go down there, but no one was home, so I thought, it'll be fine. Then I heard footsteps coming up the stairs. I froze and tried to make myself as small as possible so that whoever was upstairs would unsee me. The footsteps stopped right outside the door, and then I heard a voice. It said, "Boo, found you." I screamed and ran as fast as I could to the bathroom and hid under the sink. The voice started getting closer and closer, and then I heard, "Gotcha," right next to my ear. Then everything went black. I don't remember how long I was under that sink, but eventually I heard the voice again. It said, "You okay?" I nodded, too scared to speak. "Are you sure? You look pale." Then he turned off the light and walked away. I stayed under that sink for a long time, and when I finally came out, the house was silent. I was shaking, but I knew that if I told my mom what happened, she'd freak out and call the police. So I just cleaned myself up and acted like nothing happened. Well, that was until it happened again. I was downstairs watching TV when I heard footsteps. I looked outside and saw that my mom wasn't home yet, but she had her spare key. I knew that if she came home early and saw me with a knife, she'd definitely think that I was going crazy. So I hid behind the door with the knife. When the doorknob turned, I jumped out and yelled, "Gotcha." Whoever was on the other side screamed and dropped the keys. I called out, "Mom, is that you?" But it wasn't my mom. It was my teacher, Mr. Williams. Apparently he lives really close by and was dropping off some papers for my mom. He picked up his keys and slowly backed out of the house. I was so relieved that it was just him. I felt like an idiot for getting so scared over nothing. But then I started thinking, who else has a key to our house? The only people who do are my mom, my neighbor, Mrs. Henderson, and the landlord, Mr. Clayton. So the next time it happened, I was prepared. I held my breath. I was home alone, as if any sound could break the moment. Coming down the dark shadow on the video call screen was still standing outside my door. Whoever was coming down the stairs
Just the sound
when
of
they
deep,
heard me yell.
slow breathing
there. Then I heard the sound of someone
My phone,
running away.
which I was
opened
holding
the door
tightly,
and saw
was
that it was
shaking
my
in my
neighbor,
hand.
Mrs.
I tried to
Henderson.
turn off
She
the
was out of
screen,
breath and
but the
had a
touch
wild
wasn't
look in her
working.
eyes.
It was as if
"What are
the
you
phone
doing here?"
refused to
I
obey
asked.
me. I pressed the button,
I just
tried to turn
needed
off the
to
phone,
use your phone,
but the video
she
call
said,
continued.
catching her
The dark
breath.
shadow on the
"I'll
screen
call
was
the
now
police,"
slowly
I
raising
said,
its head,
but she
as
begged
if it
me
were
not
looking
to.
into the
"Please,
camera roar,
I'm sorry,
perhaps through
but I
me,
can't let you
into
do
my
that,"
heart.
she
The
said.
silence
"Why
in my
not?"
room was
I
now a
asked.
burden.
"Because,"
Every little
she
sound, a
whispered,
gust of wind,
"this house
a
isn't
slight
safe."
creak of wood,
Then she
or the
ran
sound
off.
of water dripping
I stood
from
there
a pipe
for a
somewhere
moment,
far away
confused.
startled me.
And then
I
I heard a
squeezed
voice in
myself
my head
into the
that
corner
said,
of the bedroom,
"This house
my
isn't
back
safe."
against the wall,
Was she
and
right?
still held the
I
phone
thought,
in my hand,
who would want
even
to
though I
hurt me?
hated it now.
Then I
The
remembered
video
the
call
basement.
screen suddenly
I never
went
told
dark.
anyone
For a
about
moment
what
I thought it
happened
might
down
be
there.
over,
Maybe
but then
whoever
the
was
screen
in the
lit up
basement
again.
was still
The
there.
camera was now
I slowly
inside my
started
apartment.
walking towards
It was
the
showing
basement
my
door.
living room,
As I
the
got
same
closer,
couch,
I could
the
feel
same
the
table,
presence of whatever
the
was
same
down
switched
there.
off phone,
It was evil,
still
and it
lying
wanted
on
me
the
dead.
table.
Then
But
I
the
heard a
camera was
voice.
moving
"Don't
slowly,
open that door.
as if someone
Whatever
was
you do."
grabbing
I
it
froze.
and moving it toward
Was that
my
my
bedroom.
mom?
My
Why
heart
was she
was
warning
pounding.
me?
I looked
about
at the
to find
door,
out.